News from around the globe. Hot, fresh, balanced and objective. On Unity.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on Unity TV. The headlines. Yuletide FRSC establishes mobile code for errand drivers. Federal government agrees on NIP sale to fund budgets. Death toll in fresh Kaduna killings hit 38. JAMB announces registration date for 2023 UTME. And on the foreign scene, Taliban ban university education for Afghan women. Sports, Italian football fan convicted of groping TV reporter. Those were the headlines, and for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. The Federal High Court and the 36 state governors have finally agreed to sell 5 power plants under the National Integrated Power Project and use the proceeds to fund the 2023 budget. Parties in the deal reached the agreement last week after over 2 years of disputes and legal tussle as regards the sale of the NIPP plant being managed by the Niger Delta Power Holding Company. The NDPHC, owned by the federal, state and local government councils, is a power generation and distribution company that oversees the implementation of the NIPPs. The Director General Bureau of Public Enterprises, Alex Oko, disclosed this in an interview with select journalists in Abuja on Tuesday. He also revealed that the United Bank for Africa had secured a core investor to acquire a 60% stake in Abuja Electricity Distribution Company, while efforts were ongoing to get competent investors to repose the majority shares in order for the schools that were recently taken over by financial institutions. Mr. Doyin Okupe has reigned as the campaign director general of Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi. In a letter addressed to the LP presidential candidate on Tuesday, Okupe said it is better not to allow his personal interests distract the campaign of Obi and that of the party, hence his decision to step aside. Okupe's resignation followed a judgment by the Federal High Court in Abuja, which found him guilty of receiving over 200 million naira cash from former National Security Advisor NSA Sambo Dasuki. Justice Ijoma Ojukwu, in her ruling on Monday, held that the action of Okupe, who is the first defendant in the suit filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), violated the Money Laundering Act. Shortly after his conviction on Monday, Okupe took to his Twitter to blame his enemies for his legal travails. The Zamfara State Governor Bello Matawalle has confirmed that scores of civilians and soldiers lost their lives during a military airstrike against suspected terrorists at Malele and Mutsunji communities in the Maru local government areas of the state last Sunday. The governor, however, did not disclose the exact number of the people who lost their lives in the incidents. Eyewitness told newsmen that 68 residents were killed while about 40 people injured. However, the theater commander, Operation Hadarindaji, Major General Uyam Basi, said there was nothing like that. Matawale, in a state broadcast, explained that the security forces were carrying out onslaught against suspected terrorists who have been terrorizing innocent citizens at Malele and Mutunji communities when the collateral damage occurred. He commiserated with the families of the victims and soldiers who lost their lives in the service of fatherland. While noting that the state government will support the victims and their families, the governor assured that his administration remained focused and committed to supporting the security forces with logistics and resources to enable them win the ongoing war against the terror groups, unleashing mayhem on innocent citizens in the state. Terrorists on Sunday night reportedly killed over 38 people in separate attacks in Malagum 1 and Sogong communities of Kagoro Chiefdom in Kaura local government area of Kaduna State. The death toll in the killings hit 38 on Monday. The councillor representing Malagum 1 community, Atuk Stephen, who confirmed this to newsmen, on Tuesday lamented that all residents flee their communities to seek refuge in neighboring villages. He explained that 10 corpses were found discovered in Sokong, 20 motorcycles and 62 houses were completely razed down, while in Malagum, one community, 28 dead bodies were recovered while 102 houses burnt down. He described the situation as barbaric while calling on the government to urgently provide relief materials for the victims. The Sagamu Unit's Command of Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC) in Ogun on Wednesday said it will establish a mobile court to try errand drivers during the festive period. Mr. Taufik Iyanda, Unit Commander of FRSC Sagamu, stated this in an interview with newsmen in Sagamu, Ogun. This, he said, will serve as deterrent to road users who intend to flout traffic rules and regulations during the Yuletide. According to him, any motorists apprehended for route violation, driving against traffic, and other traffic offences will have their vehicles impounded and prosecuted accordingly in the mobile court. Iyanda said the exercise was aimed at checking the excesses of drivers that could lead to loss of lives through road crashes. Most Reverend Geoffrey Ona, Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Nsukka, has urged young couples to refrain from using social media to settle marital issues as it escalates the problems. Ona gave the admonition in a homily he delivered on Tuesday at the 80th birthday Thanksgiving Mass of Igwe Lawrence Agubuzu, chairman of Enugu State Traditional Rulers Council, and his 50th wedding anniversary with Queen Patricia. The Mass was held at Onugba Palace in Ezima Olo, Ancient Kingdom, within Eziagu local government area of Enugu State. The bishop, who themed his homily as link between wisdom, faith, gratitude, and salvation, said that it is wrong that the show industry is teaching young people that parting ways and divorce remain things acceptable in the society. According to him, it is negative and unacceptable that the show industry is portraying divorce and answering X as something good and cherished in the society. This is false. Most recent couples are quick to use social media, especially Facebook and WhatsApp, to easily share their challenges in their marital homes and families, which is wrong. Two people living together at times have issues, and it is better solved by the two people involved in terms of marital husband and wife, and not involve multiple third parties via the social media space. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board (JAM) has announced that it will commence registration for the 2023 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination (UTME) from Saturday, January 14 to Tuesday, February 14, 2023. This was disclosed in a statement on Tuesday by Board's Head of Media and Information, Mr. Fabian Benjamin. He said the examination body rolled out some major dates for its activities in 2023 at the end of its management meeting held in Abuja. JAM spokesman, however, said this does not include registration of direct entry DE application documents, as the direct entry registration will commence from Monday 20th February to Thursday 20th April 2023. The board also fixed Thursday 16th of March 2023 for the conduct of its optimal mock UTME. The board, after considering its other commitments, fixed Saturday 29th of April 2023 for the conduct of the 2023 UTME, which is expected to end on Monday 12th of May 2023. Member representing Kanke constituency and House Committee Chairman on Finance in the Plateau State House of Assembly, Honorable Walok Goma, has said the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has given the legislature powers to check the activities of other arms of government, including the executive. Reacting on whether or not the legislative should also be checked, Walok said even though the legislature are the most criticized, the doors of the legislature are always open and accessible to all citizens to access information. Walok further said the legislature always put in a lot into consideration, especially the people they represent, before preparing its budget, as he also made it clear that it is imperative on the executive to always carry the legislature along from the beginning of the budget preparation and not halfway into it. At Appearing before the House Committee on Finance, Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, led by its Permanent Secretary, Lumba Peter Bott, while speaking on some of the issues surrounding the poor performance of budget by different MDAs, said most MDAs usually give overblown budget performance, contrary to the reality on ground, in order to get more allocations. While speaking to the press, Lumba said his ministry has new strategy which will motivate its staff to work diligently to block all leakages in revenue misappropriation, as well as have a central data collection for all money realized and spent for accountability. Speaking further, Lumba said, just like Kaduna State, which benefit over 90 billion naira of its total budget of 200 billion naira from foreign development partners, after paying their counterpart funding, Plateau is supposed to benefit 27 billion naira from foreign development partners, but as a result of some challenges here and there, the state is yet to benefit up to 5 billion naira of the counterpart funding as of December 2022. In addition, he said, the 2023 budget should kickstart as mid-year budget and will serve as an opportunity for the incoming government to have a direction as they begin to settle down in office with their manifesto, to modify and redirect the budget and continue with ongoing developmental projects which include roads, flyover, water, electricity, among other projects which are allocated larger chunk of the budget as supported by House of Assembly correspondent Pam Dunquiz. And under foreigners in Afghanistan, Taliban rulers on Tuesday banned university education for females nationwide as the hardline government continued to crush women's right to education and freedom. Despite promising a softer rule when they seized power last year, the Taliban have ratcheted up restrictions on all aspects of women's lives, ignoring international outrage. A letter issued to all government and private universities signed by the Minister for Higher Education, Neda Muhammad Nadim, ordered the immediate suspension of female education until further notice. The spokesman for the ministry, Ziaullah Hashimi, who tweeted the letter, confirmed the order in a text message to AFP. Washington State Department spokesman Ned Prince in Washington condemned the decision in the strongest terms, noting that the decision, which is in contravention to the commitment they have made repeatedly and publicly to their own people, will carry concrete course for them. Also, Ramiz Alakbarov, United Nations Chief Deputy Special Representative for Afghanistan, said UN is deeply concerned by the order. And in sports, an Italian court handed down a suspended 18-month sentence Tuesday to a football fan who grabbed a TV journalist reporting live after a match. Greta Begalia was reporting for local Toscana TV outside Empoli's Carlo Castellini Stadium following their Serie A match with Tuscan rivals Fiorentina in November last year when one of the fans streaming past slapped her bottom. The footage went viral and caused outrage in Italy, with the country's top football division among those condemning the assault. Following a fast-track trial, wrestler Andrea Serrani was given 18 months in jail for sexual assault, suspended for 5 years, the ANSA news agency reported. With this story, we come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Unity Radio FM TV, respectively. My name is Ruqayyat Sani Ibrahim. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs.
News from around the globe. Hot, fresh, balanced and objective.